How do you deal with fear as an athlete? I'm about to go talk to a gymnastics school right here. I got my tripod, I got my water with me. You see my dogs waiting for me to leave. I'm riding with my partner, Billy Philo. But how do you deal with fear as an athlete? So we're all victims of it. But what happens, there's actually a child's book. There's a child's story about Lori Hernandez. And the little girl in the story is Zoe. Zoe wants to be a gymnast. She sees gymnasts on TV flying through the air, and she wants to be like them. So her parents sign her up, she goes to class, and her first class she falls down and gets really discouraged, and she gets scared about doing it again, going back. So she eventually musters up the courage to go back to gymnastics. Look at him sitting back there. She goes back to the gymnastics class, the gymnastics school, and falls down again and again and again. And she starts to deal with this fear. But we all know that old cliche of it's not how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get up. But it's more than that. It's not just about how many times you fall physically, because fear comes in the form of other people, who's watching, teammates, coaches, parents, so on and so forth. So we create scenarios about other people that bring fear. We create scenarios of messing up. So we hope that we don't mess things up. We hope we don't, practice all of this time and all of this effort, and then it goes to crap. And we have fear of not winning, not competing, of losing. We have fear of losing. But what it really all comes down to, what it really all boils down to, I was a victim of this myself as an athlete, in a sense that I was always worried about who was watching, what scouts are in the stand, what college is here, what professional team is here. And it's a really funny thing because it's all future-based. It's all creating scenarios in our head. There's a short little story about a boy riding his bike home one night, and the sun's starting to come down, so it's getting a little dark out, and he comes to his normal path, and he comes up to this one road, and he sees something coiled up on the ground, and it's a little dark and he can't see it. From a distance, it looks like a snake, and he gets freaked out. He panics, he goes the opposite direction, ends up going like an extra mile just to get home riding his bike. The next day he goes back to that same path, sees the same thing, but it's bright out now, and he sees it's not a snake. It's just a rope laying on the road. You see, fear is just something that we create. Fear is something that is future-based. It's scenarios that we create in the future that haven't even happened, that aren't even true, that haven't even proven themselves to be true. So in order to deal with the fear, we have to learn how to, number one, become aware of when it's actually going on. A lot of us are unaware of when we're fearful, and we just act and we don't get the results that we want. So number one, be aware. But number two, have the flexibility to change when you know that the fear isn't serving you, when it's not helping you. So, a simple little exercise is just simply bring yourself back to the present. Focus on your breath. Connect your breath to your body. Connect your mind to your breath. Become present, become grounded, become in the now. And there's tons of exercises. There's an exercise I'm going to walk this gymnastics class through. That takes a little bit longer than a YouTube video, but just wanted to touch on fear as a future-based thing. So my ride's here. Check you guys later. There he is. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next video.